Morning. Do you know what's so weird? I've been walking in this area for so long, and literally only last week I noticed this building right here. Let me flip this over. See that building right there? Ooh, focus. Goldsmith Music Studio. How does that happen? Do you know how long I've been walking up here? Only last week I recognized it. I was like, wait, what? Anyway, it's a university. I don't see myself going, but I thought it was quite interesting. Only now I'm recognizing it. Anyway, good morning. I've got so much bass to my voice. Honestly, when I was heading up to this bus stop right here, not bus stop, oh my gosh. I can't speak. As I was heading up to this stop right here, my energy wasn't as vibrant as you're hearing me right now. Before I say anything, I've got my suitcase with me. I need to pack a bunch of stuff from work into my suitcase and empty out my locker. Yeah, so if you hear this noise, you're gonna hear a lot of noise. It's coming from my suitcase, so sorry in advance. Early this morning, let's take it back. Early this morning, my energy was a bit on the... Oh, to be honest, on the downside, let's just say my energy wasn't on the upside, let me put it that way. I knew I wanted to have a quick chit-chat, a quick talk with you, but I wasn't too sure what I was going to say. And on top of that, I was a little bit nervous of how I was going to come across, because nobody wants to see anybody cry, first of all, or be miserable. So I'm quite aware of that. However, as I've just turned on this phone, I'm just, all of a sudden I'm like, hi. So I think it's very fascinating, very interesting how it's very easy to put on a show, a persona, as soon as the phone comes up. But anyway, I'm not sure if that makes any sense whatsoever, but I'm just going to start talking. All right, so basically, everything that I've been praying for, I've recently come to the realization that I'm living in it right now. I'm experiencing it all right now. All the unfoldingness of the things that I have prayed for. Before realizing that, I felt like everything was coming to, I don't know, I felt stressed, I felt overwhelmed, like I was going backwards, more tired than usual. And at a space where I felt like I want to just stop doing what I'm doing, because this feels exhausting. And in fact, I feel like I'm failing than succeeding. How do I put this down? It's so strange. It's so easy for me to speak when I'm speaking to somebody in front of me versus like having this phone up in my face. But everything just felt as if it was an inconvenience and overwhelming. I felt overwhelmed. Like my life would be easy if I was to stop doing what I was doing. No, my life would feel easy if I was to stop doing what I'm currently doing. Because it feels so overwhelming, it feels tiring, it feels like I've got no time for myself, to sleep, because I love me some sleep. No time to watch animation. Like, no time for just being alone and doing nothing. The easy route. No time for the easy route. And as I'm going through the midst of everything that I've prayed for, and I'll be open with you just a little bit. I'm now dating. I'm allowing like love in my life, like friendships and connections. Everything that I said that I would do and I put down on my quote unquote vision board, I'm now taking action. Like now going to open mics, daring myself to film my music over at a studio somewhere, and so many other things. So many other things, but like personal things, you know? It's exhausting. Taking action is tiring. Taking action and following through with my words, it feels like all hell is breaking loose. And like, I want to cry. You know, I feel so sensitive. Even right now, as I'm talking to you, I feel completely sensitive and overwhelmed. But the thing is, this overwhelmingness, this sense of this is an inconvenience, this sense of that I feel to myself with myself of this is hard, it feels challenging, this sense or this false tale that I told myself that everything should feel easy if it's supposed to be, if it's supposed to be for me, if this is what I'm supposed to be doing, everything should be smooth and easy and it should give me more energy. That's sort of a lie. When I pause for a moment and I examine everything that's going on and I have conversations with my sister and I have more conversations with myself, I'm able just to realize that this is what we call growth. When I say we, I'm talking about myself, okay? I'm able to sit down and realize that this is growth. This is me weeding out the old so that I can now come into what is for me, what I've been praying for. And in order for me to have the love, to have the success of me mastering my life and doing the things that I enjoy doing and living as close to the preferred lifestyle and life that I desire, it's going to take the actions that I'm taking. And within taking the actions that I'm taking, yes, I'm going to feel uncomfortable. Yes, I'm going to feel stressed. Yes, I'm going to feel overwhelmed and extremely tired. Because it's to be expected. Because I'm coming out of the old, of the Imade that just wanted to just chill, of the Imade that felt very comfortable being alone, even though she didn't want to be alone, but it felt easier to be by herself, to not have friends, to not have a partner, to not have to do so many different things. It felt easier not to have to compromise, oh my goodness, to compromise my time and my energy for the things that I've been praying for that I said I wanted. Because in my mind I'm thinking, if it's supposed to be everybody else should compromise for me, it should be easy. I shouldn't have to sacrifice my time and my energy. I shouldn't have to whatever it is I keep listing out on and over and over again. I shouldn't have to do it, but that's a lie. It's a lie. So I'm okay. This is me saying this to myself right now. Okay, to you. I'm okay. I'm great. I'm growing. I'm becoming. I'm unfolding. I'm releasing so much of what I can no longer take along to my greater good, my preferred reality of beep, 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 beep. Do you get it? So this is to be expected. It will get easier. Everything that I'm doing now that feels uncomfortable, that feels like a quote-unquote sacrifice and stressful, eventually it will get easier. It will feel easier. It will become my norm. And then later on, I don't know how long, I'll look back. Or I have people in my life who will come in and be like, remember when you felt this way? Remember when you didn't have enough energy to do this? Remember when you couldn't compromise? Remember when you felt like it was stressful to have people in your life, even though you wanted people in your life? Look, now you're managing it all. Now it feels easier. But let me not get it twisted. The more I ascend, the more I'm going to bump into new challenges, because that's literally part of life for me, in order for me to grow and stretch and become my preferred and everything that basically I have spoken of and prayed for. Even though I'm now aware of this, that I've just told you that this is part of the process, this is me weeding out the old so I can come into the new and to be able to maintain what I'm coming into, it still does feel difficult. However, what's important for me is that I continue to have this conversation with myself, to remind myself of what is happening, to pause when I feel like I want to quit, when I want to stop. And like I've said, I think in the first or second, no, I think it was the second or third chit-chat that I had with you, like anybody who exists on this earth, I've been through a lot and back, and I have made that decision to see what it feels like to have love in my life, to see what it looks like to have something that I enjoy and to live in my preferred reality, or as close to my preferred reality as possible. I know exactly what's behind me. I know exactly what I have experienced before, and it was nothing but lack and depression and loneliness and fear-based belief systems. I know what's there already. It does nothing for me except for keep me there. So why not find out what can happen when I can push past my quote-unquote comfortable, familiar state. Let's see what happens when I can reaffirm and speak life into myself. Well, let's see what happens when I can take action even when I don't feel like taking action because I feel exhausted or I feel like, oh my gosh, socializing is a lot for this introvert. Let's see what happens when I stick through. Let's see what happens. I have nothing to lose and possibly everything to gain. So that's what I'm going to continue to remind myself of, and then some and more, because I'm always learning, always growing. Oh, this is part of the process, and I'm doing great, even though it doesn't feel like it at times. But my responsibility to myself is to keep being committed to me and just to be excited for what could possibly happen. Lastly, actually, I would say, through everything that I'm going through and I'm learning about myself, something that I have learned about myself is that I need to release the need to control things. Controlling things doesn't make the preferred reality happen. It doesn't guarantee that the preferred is going to happen. It doesn't guarantee that I'm going to have a successful marriage, relationship, friendships, career, preferred lifestyle. Trying to control things and plan everything and trying to tell myself, okay, I have to do it in this order. This has to flow like this and like that and like this and like that in order to receive that achieved outcome. Doesn't promise anything. It doesn't guarantee anything. So yes, have the goals, have the ideas, but relax yourself and let yourself know, Imade, tell me every day, enjoy the moment, enjoy the now. Plan, but be open to being flexible. Be open to what life positions you in. What life has to offer you. You know, what life presents before you. Flow with it. What is for you is for you. And just know that whatever happens, you'll be okay. You'll be able to pick yourself up. Trust you. Trust me. That's it. Let go, release, and continue to know that you are doing great, my spiritual, physical being. All right, well, that's me done for now. And I know, as I always say, my conversations is always left, right, up, down, circle, square, triangle. It's all over the place. I don't talk to anybody other than my sister once in a while. I don't talk to anybody. You're gonna understand me more. Be patient with me, because I'm patient with myself. Well, learning to be patient with myself. Be patient with me, and read my heart. Read my heart. My heart means well. Okay, well, that's enough sharing for today. We'll talk when we talk. All right then, you see me next time. Bye.